Welcome to this channel Graphics by T, where we'll be learning the basics of Corel Draw, and then we will be seeing some techniques and designs that we can use to boost up our graphic games in case we've already known how to use Corel Draw before. But this lesson is our very first lesson, and we are going to try to explain what Corel Draw is, and then we just learn some of the tools and its function. Now, Corel Draw is one of the many graphic design packages that we have in the graphic design world, but Corel Draw seems to be like one of the easiest too. So you just need one or two directions on how to go about it, and you're already on your way to becoming a very professional graphic designer. So we have many versions of Corel Draw. Currently, we'll be using Corel Draw 2024 as our instructional, version. But every other version, there is no much difference. Whatever we find in 2024, I guess you will also find it in other versions of Corel Draw. So now we open the Corel Draw application, the environment. Corel Draw opens with, first of all, a plain environment that opens with a dialog box, which gives you the opportunity to set your page from the onset. Now, this version of mine does not do that. So if yours is the same, all you have to do is just to come here and say new. Now it opens this dialog box for you so that you select whatever paper size or the canvas you are trying to draw on. Now let's make use of A4. This is A4 size, and then you just go OK for now. Now, this is how it opens. It opens with this kind of environment. This is a plain board. Everywhere you could draw on everywhere, but if you want your work to be printed, it must be placed within this drawing canvas. I hope you understand. If you want your work to be printed, that is, if you want anything to appear when it is sent for printing, it must be placed on this canvas. But you can draw here. You can also draw here. All you have to do is wherever you draw, just try to place it back on the page so that it can appear when it is printed or when it is exported. This place here is called the drawing canvas, while every other place here is a drawing environment. You can draw there and do whatever you want to do. Now, we introduce ourselves to some of the basic things that we need to know. Now, this is a title bar. This area here that says Corel Draw Untitled 1 is a title bar. Here, it always gives you the name of the document you are working on. Currently, we haven't named the document, and that is why it is still called Untitled. Here is the menu ribbon. Here you find the File menu, the Edit menu, the View menu, the Layout, Object, and so on. By the time you click each of this one, you see their individual sub-menus there. We'll be coming to learn about them as we proceed in the lectures. Now here, this area is called the toolbox. This area here is called the toolbox. These are all the tools you'll be needing to work in Corel Draw. Everything you need will be here. Now this is a ruler bar here, where you see this ruler. As the name implies, it is for measurement. We have the horizontal ruler bar here, and we have the vertical ruler bar over here. Now we go back to this area. This is a property bar. This is a bar that gives you the same kind of properties of whatever you are doing. For example, if we take a shape here and we draw a shape here, you can easily edit this shape with all the properties that is seen here. For example, this one is the outline properties. Now this is the fill. The next one is the fill property. Now this one is about transparency. We will learn about them individually. All these things are part of what we can get from here too. We'll get the tools here. So back to back. We'll go back to where we were. So that is a property bar where we get some of the properties handy. Now over here is the color palette. This color palette is according to how you see it. These are all the colors that we have that we'll be working with. You can install more color palettes, bring in more color palette, but let's just make use of this one, that the one that comes with the package. For example, it is very easy to use. When I draw a shape, I can just come here and color it according to what I want. I draw a shape, I color it. We do the coloring. As simple as that. So we'll proceed, and as we proceed, we'll continue to learn them. This is not just the only way of coloring. There are other means where we have to do different types of fill color, not just simple coloring like this, but other forms where we have to fill in colors in patterns and in ways that are catchy to the eyes. So I think that is that for the basic introduction to this place. Remember, this one moving around here, this little man here is the cursor. Yes, it changes according to tools. Now it has changed, and now it has changed again. It has changed. It changes according to what the tool, the selected tool. If you select another text, it changes. So what we know that according to the tool that we select, that is how the cursor will appear for us to use it to work. It is mainly what we are going to be using around here to maneuver our way around Corel Draw. If there is any other thing that we need to know, I think we'll be seeing in our second video, which will be coming out soon. So keep watch and follow our page. If you have not subscribed, subscribe, because there's a lot of things we are going to learn here, and you will be so happy that you did subscribe to this page. Thank you, and see you in our next lesson. Bye.